guys, this is Frank Iglesias, CEO of Santo Blockchain Labs, coming at you one more time here. This is episode 9. Yes. Last week we had Tet, Lunar Year, here in Asia. The guys were all off, and everybody's coming back to work. Things are getting normalized again. So this episode is going to be strictly user questions, shareholder and user questions. Have about 20 some odd questions. Some really don't make sense. So we're gonna have the No Soup for You episode. This is what this episode is going to be called. No Soup for You, from the Seinfeld episode of The Soup Nazi. And when you see these questions, you'll understand why I'm calling this the No Soup for You, or in this case, No Santo for You episode. So let's take it away and start answering all these questions. Okay, thank you. Hey guys, so our first question of the day comes from Patrick Stack. Hey Patrick, big shout out. I guess he's from Ireland. So his question is, hi, I'm an investor in Cardano. Great. I saw a video that Santo Mining was involved in blockchain tech. Further research into Santo led me to the following video: DNA Brands, discussing the acquisition agreement of DNA tags with Frank Iglesias. The idea of barcodes to identify the proof of product sounds very interesting. I'm considering investing in SNMP and DNAX after watching the video. Best of luck, yada, yada, yada. Patrick. Well, Patrick, thank you. I don't see a question there, but first of all, I just want to clarify that it is not barcodes. Barcodes are a different type of technology. Barcodes are meant as a SKU identifier to identify a product. So it's very limited to what you could do with barcodes. What we are using is a QR code that you could embed information in the QR code. We're also doing RFID and NFC, near field communications. So with those types of technologies is that we're interfacing the camera of the phone to be able to authenticate a product and via the blockchain. So thank you very much for your question, and let's get to question number 2. So our second question goes out to Catherine. Hi, Kat. And her questions are, what exactly does your company specialize in? What would make your company one that I should invest in? Okay, so let's start with your first question, Kat. We're a blockchain company that we do outsourcing software development for other companies. And you need to go to our website, sanp.us. You also need to go to our subsidiary website, saitec.dev, scitech.dev, and snmp.us. And you should fairly understand what we do. Okay, now, your second question. What would make your company one that I should invest in? Okay, you need to get a financial advisor, and you need to talk to that person. Okay, so I thank you very much for your questions. Now we go to question number 3 from Nasreen Salim. Nasreen, big shout out. And his question is, hi, I am really interested in your company. Can you please tell me if you are now a wholly blockchain or you're still in the spirits and cannabis? Thank you. Let's just talk a little bit about, we had a stint that I was developing containers, retrofitting containers for the cannabis growth industry. So we did a couple of containers that we shipped to California. Because of these containers, when I was retrofitting them in China, I started working with an outfit that they were doing BTC mining back in 2017, 16, 17. And we were designing and seeing a way to retrofit containers to have solar panels to be able to do BTC mining. So that's how I transitioned from developing these growth containers for the cannabis industry into the blockchain. And of course, having an IT background for over 30 years now, working in IT, it was an easy and a natural transition. So we are a 100% blockchain outsourcing software company that we are based in Vietnam, and all our software developers are based here in Vietnam also. Okay, so thank you for your question. So now we have question number 4, and it comes from James Belch all the way from Canada. Hey, James. So it's kind of lengthy, so let's go with this question here. I have been trying to wrap my head around your company's products for the last few days. The concept is brilliant, and I do believe we have a significant role going forward. I am trying to find out who your competition is and how you plan to build a moat around your blockchain. I have taken a small position in your company and will continue to understand this more in depth. Any information that you could send my way would greatly appreciate it. Great job teaming up with DNA Brands for your exposure. I usually avoid OTC, but made an exception here. You're obviously working hard to get the shelf, and I hope to see you in the NASDAQ someday. Wishing you the best. Regards, James. Hey, thank you, James, for a great email here. Just to touch a little bit on the subject of competition. In the world of blockchain, there are many players, many bright people out there. My approach, this is just personally my approach is to use blockchain in everyday life. We're not trying to develop the latest blockchain platform or blockchain ecosystem that's going to change the world and revolutionize and disrupt all these industries. No, that's not what we're about. We're about developing small applications that will change people's lives and using blockchain to do it. So I appreciate your email. There'll be a lot of information coming out. Just, keep watching, seeing the tweets, seeing our websites as we start developing some other projects that we have in the back burner. But right now, still our focus is DNA tags with Adrian and his groups at DNA Brands. So until we hammer that out, 3 months from now, I expect, then we'll start looking at some other projects, okay? So thank you, James, very much for your question. So question number 5 comes from Nanghi Kim. So hi, Nanhim. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. So the question is, hi, I just bought this stock. I am very excited about your company. Have you a plan to app or owner conference or app launching? Well, Nahim, thank you for your questions. Have you a plan to app? I'm not quite sure if you're asking if we have an application that we're going to launch. We have various applications. The first one right now in the forefront is DNA tags. So our focus with our partners, DNA Brands, is to get DNA tags up into consumers' hands to get that moving, and then we'll start looking at our next apps. Now, is there going to be owner conference like blockchain conferences where we're going to talk and launch talk about our apps and do some type of product launch? At this moment with COVID-19, there is no conferences really going on. A lot of them on our line. Right now, I've taken a stance of basically not going to any of these type of conferences and just focusing on putting out our products. I did get invited to one towards the fall of 2021, the Asian Blockchain Conference Alliance, or something like that. But most likely, depending still on the global pandemic, most likely I will not go and just stay focused on what we're focused. So thank you again, Kim, for your question. So question number 6 comes from Julia, and all the way from Canada. Hi, Julia. Question is, we are very interested in investing in your company. Our Canadian registered accounts, tax-free accounts, do not allow us to use OTC markets. Will SAMP be registered on other markets? No. I'm not a big proponent on dual listings. I'm very familiar with dual listings. We are going to focus and stay where we are in the OTC market. Later in the future, a couple of years from now, we may start looking into qualifying as a fully reporting company. But at the moment, we will stay in the OTC market. So saying all this, you know, it's like one of these light bulb moments. You know, you go, aha. Wow. This is why one of the projects that we have is OTC tokens. So the vision of OTC tokens is for people like Julia not to have these problems. So imagine if there is a asset-based security token. So a token is tied to a stock, okay, in the blockchain. So now there's no need for market makers. There's no need for brokers. There's no need for transfer agents. It's all done on the blockchain. It's all authenticated. It's all registered. And it's in a free market where anybody, Julia from Canada, Joseph from South Africa, Jeff from Australia, Ming from Beijing, they could buy. So one day we will see OTC tokens, and we will start seeing this bridge, this merger between old world stock and security-based asset tokens. Okay, so great question, Julia. I'm sorry that I can't help you there. Wish you the best of luck. Thank you. Question number 7 is from Savine, all the way out in California. And his question is, when is Santo going to provide more information on the OTC markets website regarding your company? Thank you, Savine. Well, at this moment, I'm still waiting for the login to the OTC IQ, which is the back-end portal of the OTC market for issuers like myself, so we could go and start uploading the data, changing data information, start posting our financials. So last week I did pay the $1,000 for the first phase, the background check and everything. So I am expecting that end of this week, hopefully by the time I finish editing this video, we may get some good news, or towards the middle of next week. As I get information, I will let everybody know. And as soon as I get that information, we will start changing a lot of information in the OTC market website, and we will start moving forward our financials to get current pink as soon as possible. Okay, so thank you, Savine, for your question, and just, you know, hang in there, hang tight. That's what we're all doing. So question number 8 comes from Gerard Dirk, someplace in box 1088. So I guess he lives in a box called 1088. So Gerard, thanks for the question. Anyway, so question is, hi, I just invested today in your company. Thank you. I know blockchain has so much growth to experience, so it is exciting to see it now. Where do you see yourselves in a few months and a few years? Okay, well, that is a big question. Let's start with a few months and break it in baby steps. Our focus is, we have 3 main projects DNA tags being one of them, DNA tags being the one in the forefront that we are focusing on. So on one end of the spectrum is getting DNA tags moving for the guys at DNA Brands and getting that out into consumers' hands. We have a side of the business that we do outsourcing. We have some private clients that we do work for. And we do have the other products that we're doing, which one is going to be OTC tokens, which is securities-based asset tokens. PixArt, which is basically fractionalizing non-fungible tokens of grand masterpieces so we could bring the art world down to the masses, okay? And we have our Scully's NFT collectibles. So that is more than a few years. That's going to keep us busy for the next 18 months to 24 months, rolling those 3 projects out and making sure that they're successful. Blockchain will change the world just like the internet did. I'm one of the lucky people that I grew up back in the old days with computers and modems and connecting to bulletin boards. So that's how far back I go. And being part of the birth of the internet, being part of the .com boom and the .com, bust, and seeing this whole technology, how it's migrated all the way from those days to now where we have handheld phones and we do unlimited things with our phones. So it is exciting, and that's what blockchain will give us to a degree that's unimaginable. So, Gert, thank you for your question, and hang in there, and God bless. Question number 9 comes from Luke in Canada. Hey, Luke, big shout out there in Canada. Hope you're staying warm. Question is, I'm a strong believer in ADA Cardano and like what your firm is doing with it. Any opportunities to invest in the company? Well, let's start off with kind of like what the first question is. Cardano ADA, what we're going to be doing with Cardano platform. Basically, the projects that we have, which is DNA tags, OTC tokens, the PixArt, and the Scully collectibles. We are going to be preparing a migration path to get out of the Solidity Ethereum ecosystem platform and migrate it into the Cardano ADA platform, where it's a native token. One of the biggest benefits to do this is the gas fees that lately with Ethereum, they're out of control. The average gas fee is $25 for a transaction. And then yes, you could adjust the transactions and then they become slower. With Cardano, it won't be like that. So that's what we're going to be doing. Regarding opportunity to invest, you need to speak to a financial consultant. They would properly advise you what you need to do. So Luke, thank you very much for your question. Keep warm. I know it's cold in Canada now. Take care, buddy. So question number 10 comes from Gregory Jarrett out in Georgia. Big shout out there, Gregory. Love Georgia very much. Have some good friends over there. So his question is, hello, are you going to have investor meetings in the future? Well, Gregory, we have investor meetings every week. That's what this video cast is all about. Now, if you're thinking old school, type of investor meetings, no. This is, we're a tech company, technology, social media. This is a new wave. This is a new era. So our meetings, is via this platform on a weekly basis. I'm in everybody's faces, and it should be plain and simple. What you see is what you get. So thank you, and stay safe there in Georgia, and seeing you guys soon. Bye. Question number 11 comes from Francisco, all the way out in USA. Hey, Frank, can you guys explain to me what you guys are planning to do with Pixar.art project? I'm thinking investing in your company. Oh, thanks. Francisco, okay. So, keeping it simple, I have 15 more other questions behind yours, in front of yours, I'm sorry. So there's going to be a whole segment that I'm going to do in a couple of weeks about Pixar.art. But in a nutshell, what Pixar.art is going to be is a way to fractionalize masterpieces. So let's grab a Picasso. That the average price, if it goes out in Sotheby's, we're looking at a couple $1 million. Very few of us, I know I cannot afford a Picasso. And it's only that 1%ers of the world that could afford those type of artworks. So if we grab that artwork, we fractionalize it, we have a custodialship inside a prominent museum like MoMA in New York, or Getty's in California, or the Louvre in France, where the custodialship of the physical asset is located. So we grab that artwork, we fractionalize it into 1,000 pieces. We tokenize those pieces into non-fungible tokens. Now, there's 1,000 people that co-own that masterpiece, that have the flexibility of selling their token in the open market, accumulating other tokens. You're not bound by just owning one. You know, you could own 100 of them. So like in every pieces of art, there's certain sections that will have their own unique value. So let's take like the Mona Lisa. Her smile, that section would be more prominent. And when you fractionalize it, they'll end up costing more money as a collectible. So in a nutshell, that's what Pixie Art is going to be. But like I said, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to have a big video cast outlining and detailing everything that has to do with Pixie Art. So thank you very much, Francisco. Be safe. Bye. Our question number 12 comes from Brett Metz. It looks like he's from Canada. And his question is, hey there, my name is Brett. I'm new to trading. Saw you guys' company. Very intrigued by it. How do I go about buying shares of the company? I'm from Canada, and a lot of brokers don't let us buy OTC stocks from different countries. Any help would be greatly appreciated. Well, Brett, first I would say you need to consult a financial advisor on how do you need to go about doing what you need to do to purchase overseas stock. That's a Canadian regulatory issue. But one day, hopefully in the near future, we will see OTC tokens or something similar to that, that it has a securities based asset token where it's in a free market where anybody in the world could purchase stock from any company. So hopefully that day will come soon, and we will not have issues like this. So sorry I can't help you there, mate, but you know, keep warm in Canada, and see you guys soon. Hey guys, so question number 13 from Rob DePries, all the way out from West Virginia. Rob, big shout out to you. His question is, hi, I'm a shareholder, actually own a sizable amount, about $1,000. I like your website and I'm following your company every day. Well, thank you, Rob, for the support. I'm confused by the attention to detail, 75%, efficiency, 90%, inspiration, 67%. Why add percentages? If you do add percentages, it should all be 100 all the time. I look at at a glance, and it's a little odd to the eye. That is my reaction at a glance. I'm sure other viewers will also think there's a percentage confusion. Long way from me to say get rid of the percentage, other than I like the website. I looked for you on Facebook. If you don't have Facebook, you should. Word of mouth spreads fast. I mention your stock often in stock groups, and I'm in, so get out of post dailies is my suggestions. Okay, so thank you first for the email. Nice and lengthy, a lot of meat to chew on there, but very simple. Let's talk about percentages. Life is not absolute. Okay, there is no everything 100%. You go to the gas station, you have 3% ethanol, 5% ethanol. So the percentages is just where we see ourselves, okay, where we need to improve ourselves, and it'll eventually move back and forth plus or minus anywhere from 10 to 20% on a quarterly basis. But we don't do everything 100% in life. You know, you go to sleep, you really don't sleep 100% of the time. You wake up in the middle of the night. So if I tell you, how did you sleep? And you tell me, oh, I slept 100%. I don't really think anybody sleeps 100%. So we kind of toss and turn in the middle of the night. So we could say, hey, I slept 80%, 90%. So don't want to, you know, tomatoes, or potatoes, patatas, you know, whatever. But doesn't matter. It is what it is. Now, let's go to actually the most important question here to me, which is Facebook. We do not have a Facebook account for Santo Mining or for Santo Pool. We will not have a Facebook account. I'm very much against Facebook. Personally, the way they handle data, the way they manipulate data. So I'm a very kind of anti-Facebook type of person. Twitter is something that we use for both Santo Pool and SNMP. And we are going to use that, plus Reddit. I urge everybody to go and, you know, follow us on Reddit also. It's more of a robust social media type of platform. So basically, those are the only two platforms that we are going to stay, unless something revolutionary happens in the next couple of years, that it's, you know, the best type of social media, free for data and freedom of speech and things of that nature. So thank you very much for your support, most of all. And just, you know, keep seeing our Twitters and our videos, and thank you for being on board.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Hey guys, so we hit an intermission already. So put out a little jingle there. I don't know how many of you remember movie theaters when they had certain jingles like that. I'm a 60s baby, so late 60s, early 70s. Remember going to the movie theaters and, you know, having cartoons before the movie started. I always thought that was great, instead of all these advertisements that we have nowadays. So this is the No Santo for You episode. Okay, so let's not forget that. So far, all the questions have been great, but there's a couple there that are coming up that one of them is going to win the No Santo for You, punt from the Soup Nazi of the Seinfeld series of No Soup for You. We're halfway there. We got 13 more questions to go. Bear with me. This is going to be a long one, but we're gonna get through it. So we're gonna start off with the next questions. So question 14th comes from Keith Box, and Keith's question is, where can I purchase, or what platform is your currency available? Thank you. Well, Keith, we do not have a currency. If you're referring to a crypto coin, we do not have a crypto coin. We have different software applications in the blockchain that we've developed. So sorry, I can't help you there with your question, but don't worry. You did not make it to No Santo for you. So you're safe. So thank you very much. Keep in touch. Question number 15 comes from Khalifa Al-Farouk. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. And his question is, what does the company exactly provide? Nothing's wrong with your video. It's taken me a while to really understand this question. I would say go to our websites. I would say that you have, because your question came from the website. I'm at a loss to words. You're very close to No Santo for you. You're very close. We'll see. So question 16 comes from Michael Joe up in Niagara Falls, New York. Big shout out there to New York. His question is, hello, I came across your company / plan. When it goes full service, will my family in Mexico, Canada, or in Guatemala be able to buy stock using crypto? Okay, so great question. There are currently some people out there where you could use your BTC or Ether or whatever and convert it into fiat, and then from fiat buy some type of stock. It's kind of clunky, but it's not what we have envisioned. OTC tokens is a securities-based asset token. So the smart contract of that token is not your typical, if we're talking the Ethereum network, it's not a typical ERC20 type of token. It is an ERC 1450 on steroids. We will be doing that on the Cardano platform. But like I said, that's out at least a couple of months away before we do it. But yes, once that starts happening and public companies start subscribing to our platform, so they could convert certain issues of securities into this security asset-based tokens, then people all over the world would be able to buy it. So that somehow is the plan. Hopefully sooner than later, but I still see it a couple of years away. So thank you for your question, Michael Joe. So question 17 comes from Travis, Washington State. Hey, Travis. His question is, my name is Travis. I run an investors group online of over 25,000 members. Our groups are interested in your company. We have a few questions to help educate ourselves. Okay, thank you. Let's go kind of through these questions. Number one, how many shares of SNMT does the owner of this company have currently? When I have access to the OTC markets, I will be updating the first quarter of 2019. And in that, even though it's the first quarter of 2019, it will have material event, and it will have all the material event up to today's date, or the date that gets filed. So there, that question will be answered. I don't want to give you a question right now, and then a couple of weeks from now, when we upload the first quarter of 2019, then it's different. And then you're like, oh, you said this, now it's that, and fall into that back and forth. So when I upload the financials, the first Q of 2019, those questions will be answered. I've read question number 2. I've read you use blockchain to track and source products for pot companies. What is the market potential in this sector, and how do you beat out your competitors? We don't track. We're not a traceability company by any means. I personally believe there is big flaws in traceability. The biggest issue with traceability is that there has to be a mandate from the federal government. You cannot put people in the supply chain all of a sudden to start scanning a product, uploading additional information to maintain a traceability on the supply chain. Okay, because that takes resources. Resources equals money. So I'm not going to tell a small-time distributor or a middle-tier distributor, oh, now my products that come to you, you need to scan them and upload that information so we could have a traceability. He's going to look at me and like, no, you know, it costs money. My people can't be doing that unless you pay me to do that. So the only way true traceability will work is when it's a mandate by the federal government. So what we do is we do authentication. We focus on making the consumer feel safe that the product is authentic, that nobody is counterfeiting it. That's the purpose of DNA tags at the current state. So let's go to question 3. Are you attempting to acquire large companies? We are not attempting to acquire, companies. I kind of shy away from acquiring a large company. There's a lot of, mishigash, to use that word, when you acquire a large company. We are about strategic alliances. We are about partnering up with people that have the strength of weaknesses that we have, and where our strengths could attenuate their weaknesses and make them stronger. So we're about that. Question number 4. I personally own a large share in ADA and stake my coins. Can my group and myself join your staking pool? Do you guys use the staking as a passive income to grow this company? Okay, so, congrats that you have a large share in ADA. They're a great bunch of guys. Big shout out to Charles, great head on his shoulder. So I'm a little confused because if you're already staking coins, you know how to do this. You know that you could undelegate and delegate at a whim because all your coins stay in your wallet. So I don't understand, if you are staking or not. The way you rephrase this question, it looks like you're not staking. But if you are staking, all you have to do is undelegate, and where you get to the pool section to search, just type in SANP, which is a symbol, or Santo, and our little icon shows up, and you could just click and delegate. Okay? It is passive income. Okay? And income that we make, yes, it goes to the bottom line of the company. So that hopefully answers question number 4. Question number 5 is, what is the debt to income ratio of your company? And like I said, once I file the first quarter, a lot of the material event that has happened all the way up to the filing date we'll answer a lot of those questions. I don't want to get into answering questions that I may make mistakes or not say things correctly, or they may change because the auditor or the attorneys, say, hey, this has to change. This is not correct. So just wait until we upload the first quarter of 2019, and questions 1 and 5 will be answered. Okay. So Travis, thank you again. Stay warm. You're up in Washington State. I think it's a little muggy and cold there. So take care. Question number 18 comes from Mick Lehman from Florida. Hey, big shout out to my Florida guys. Been raining a lot there the last couple of days. So his question is, I'm looking at buying stock in SNMP and would like any information you could provide on your business model, etc. Do you have a presentation or something that you can email? Thanks, Mick. Mick, no, I'm not a startup company. We've been public. We took over Santo Mining 5 years ago. Yes, we've been through our trials and tribulations and up and down in a couple of little different business models that we've been attempting to launch the last couple of years. We've solely been focusing on blockchain and outsourcing software development. Just go to our website, see our subsidiary website, look at our tweets, look at the videos. Once I have access to the OTC markets, I'll be updating a lot of the information there. So, everything that you need to really know is already out there. There's no investor relations presentation type of document that we have. So, thanks for your question, and, don't get too wet in Miami. Question 19 comes from Caleb Thomas. Hey, Caleb. This is a question that came in through Twitter. Lots of people believe this is a very risky stock to invest in. Can you explain to me why it's not? Well, Caleb, I could explain to you the company. There's a lot of information already out there between our website, our subsidiary website, all my video casts that we do, a lot of the tweets that we do. Really, all the information you need is there, but you're asking for financial advice. I will not give you financial advice. You need to go out and get a professional financial advisor to basically assess your tolerance of risks and, tell you what you should invest and should not invest. So thank you very much. Question number 20 comes from Paola. Hey, Paola. And her question is, what business are you in? Okay. The description is what I pulled from trading platforms. Please confirm. Well, Paola, you should be going to the company website, which you already have because this message came in through the company's website. You should only believe what comes directly from the company. There's a lot of third tier or fourth tier trading platforms that have outdated information. So besides our physical information, once we update the OTC markets, that is it. Any other information that's out there in the public domain, don't believe it. I mean, just believe what we have on our website and believe what we'll post when we update the OTC market. So everything else, I'm not even going to read everything else because it's just long-winded. But you need to focus on the correct side of the information, okay? So thank you, Paula, for your question. Question 21 comes from George Manousakis. George Manousakis. Maybe you're Greek. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right and I'm not butchering it. I apologize there, George. Would love to hear the correct pronunciation. Sounds interesting. Your question is, your business model / objectives are very interesting. Thank you. Are you aware of any other companies focusing on this type of work of use of blockchain technology? I have researched and was unable to find any other companies doing the same things. There is a lot of companies doing a lot of blockchain technologies. A lot of them, like I said in one of my previous questions that I answered, answers of questions that I answered, we're trying to focus on everyday life. We're trying to focus on how does blockchain help? How does blockchain change your life for the better? We're not trying to disrupt some industry. We're not trying to revolutionize some industry. We're just trying to change people's lives with blockchain, with the security of blockchain. Back in the internet days, yes, the internet works off of TCP/IP and and all the different protocol layers. And I could get into all this crazy technical stuff on how data gets converted into hex, into binary, and how the ones and zeros transfer using the TCP/IP protocol and yada yada. But at the end of the day, you don't care. You only care about your application on your phone working. You only care about, I'm streaming video and I'm seeing this video. You're not worried about how the packets in the TCP/IP network on the internet are doing what they're doing. Same thing with blockchain. Blockchain is going to bring us trusts for different transactions, authentications, credibility. At the end of the day, you don't want to know all that complications. You just want to know that it works. So, George, thank you for your questions. Anything you need to reach out again, just let me know. Okay, thank you, sir. So now we go to question number 22 from Cenk Wigir from Arlington, Texas. I know you guys have been freezing your ass off. So his question is, you scumbags will get what you deserve. Wow. Let me repeat that again. You scumbags will get what you deserve. Well, chicken, I think that you have made, ding, 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 we have a winner, chicken dinner. You have won the
No Santo for you! No Santo for you! No Santo for you!
No Santo for you, come back in 1 year award. Well, after that exciting question, now we go to question number 24 from Sakir. Sakir, as an investor, we're confused. Please update your Yahoo Finance account with details on your company business and website. It's critical for the company's success. Please also send some few PRs with current and future goals. People are anxious, waiting for your response. Okay, Sakir. First of all, Yahoo Finance, they are a third-party platform. They are the ones that maintain their platforms. They're the ones that populate their platform with any type of information. So you should not be getting information from Yahoo Finance, Google Finance, any type of trading platform. If you want information about the company, please go to our website. That is the only authorized, legitimate place to have adequate information. Now, it's critical for the company's success. Please send out a few PRs with current and future goals. Well, every week we have a video cast and we're talking about everything that we're doing. I am not going to spend money putting out PRs, spending $300 for a PR Okay, so a bunch of day traders could have a field day. No, senor. Okay, no cigars. Okay, you want information? You see our video casts. You want information? You read our official Twitter site. And that's it. So, Zahir, thank you. You almost made it to the No Santo for you. But our buddy Chiking, whatever, he beat you to the punch. So, thank you. So, question number 24 comes from Xiao Wang in Seattle. Hey, ni hao, Xiao Wang. Xineng Kuai La. Happy Chinese New Year. The question is, I would like to ask a few questions about the company and what you guys are doing. Now it appears that you are in the field of developing blockchain solutions for everyday life. Could you possibly tell me more about the solutions exactly are you guys developing? As a potential investor, what are some items you are developing pipeline? Thank you for your consideration and reply. I look forward to hearing from you soon. May Wenti Gunya, May Wenti. So, we have been in the field of blockchain technology for now 3 years. Prior to that, I have over 30 years in the IT field. When we picked up Santo Mining 5 years ago, when I got it, I tried to do some couple different things, but eventually we end up in what we are good at. So for the last 3 years, we have been in the blockchain development and outsourcing of software development. The projects that we're working on, they're on the website. You could easily go there under projects. You'll see them. Video casts. There's been a lot of video casts on the different projects that we're working. There will be future video casts talking about the products and the different applications that we're doing. So you should be getting enough information between what's on our official website, what's on our official Twitter site, and what's on our video cast. So you concentrate on that, you'll know exactly what we're working on. Okay? So I appreciate it, Xie, and thank you very much. So question number 25 coming from Brian, and his question goes as, with the massive rise in stock share price over the last couple of months, do you feel that we are in pace to continue the return on investment? Are your insiders buying at this time? I am excited for your blockchain business. Thanks. A Santo investor for a couple of years. Look for EATs to hearing from you. Do you recommend adding to our family existing stick or stock position at this time? Okay, Brian. First of all, I really have very little influence on the rise of and fall of the stock prices, okay? Very few CEOs really have that much control, more than, people think they have a lot. They don't. Okay, that is the open market, supply and demand. We're just moving forward with our business, and we're at the right time, at the right place, and that is evident by the price, the way it reflects at the current moment. Okay. Are your insiders buying at this time? I don't know what you're alluding to or what you're trying to ask. I have no insiders. Those questions are borderline, I don't even want to go there. So, well, I'm happy that you're excited about blockchain business. We are. We believe in blockchain. We believe it's the future. It's going to change humanity for the best, so... thank you for being an investor for the last couple of years. If you are looking for EATs to hearing from you, I don't know what that means, but If you're looking for some type of information, you just have to look at all our videos and, you know, look at our official Twitter site and Reddit site and our official website for any information. So thank you for being a shareholder, and thank you very much for your questions, I guess. So our last question, number 26, is from Rangan Nathan. Don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It's a tongue twister for me. So the question is, please keep me posted about the progress of your company and also about your partnership with DNA Brands. Okay. Best thing to do is go to our official Twitter site, go to our website, and you will be always up to date and see our videos, and you'll be always up to date to everything that's happening with the company. Okay. How much revenue do you expect from this partnership? Sorry. How much revenue do you expect from this partnership on an annual basis? Well, the folks at DNA Brands are in charge of the sales and marketing. They are putting together a marketing roadmap. And once they have that done in that marketing roadmap, they will have sales expectations and revenue models. So they will be making that public once it's officially done. Okay, so that'll come from them. I'm on the tech side of the fence. How will you generate long-term revenues to shareholders? Well, we're just focusing on what we're doing. We're focusing on the projects that we have. We're focusing on working our software outsourcing that we do for a handful of clients. And that's our day-to-day bread and butter. And that's all we're going to do. So our success will manifest itself, you know, in the weeks and months to come. Do you have any other partnerships? Well, as soon as there's something, we will announce it. As soon as there's something, we will tweet about it. We will put out information, and we will let everybody know. Will your team members stick with the company for a long time? Well, I got a great group of guys here in Vietnam, and you know, I treat them very well. They get paid very well. I also incentivize them with quarterly bonuses on how they work. We have our own little game room. We go out for beers and pizzas. So I think, you know, besides the creativity and the freedom of creativity that they have to develop these applications, we do have we're a tight niche SWAT type of development company. Retaining good talent. Yes, retaining good talent is difficult, but not impossible. So, well, we have that covered. So I want to thank you for your questions. Thank you very much. Oh, guys, wow, this video over an hour long. I apologize. I am sorry. Anybody who has watched this from the start to the finish, I commend you. I thank you, because it's been hard. I mean, this has taken me, you know, at least a good 7 to 8 hours to be able to do it, edit it, put it together, keep it somewhat interesting, keep it real. It has not been easy. This has been one of the toughest video casts that we've done. And I want to thank everybody, and I hope you find it informative. Keep sending me questions, and yes, we will have the No Santo for You come back in 1 year awards once in a while when we find, you know, people deserving of that award. So for everybody else, thank you. God bless. And I'll be seeing you next week.